I very selective in who I wanted to come here that's going to be a representation of, me, right? They're an extension. They're here, and I recommend them. And so our first sponsor that I want to bring up, Chris, when I met him, he was just such an incredible guy. It's been a few years now, Chris, right? It's kind of wild how the years kind of just compile up. And I've been able to see him and meet him at other events, and he's just done such a phenomenal job. And one thing that I love about Chris is every time I hang out with him, I just feel like I'm hanging out with my friend. And again, that's what I want with everyone that I work with, from speakers and sponsors and partners and everyone, just people that I genuinely like being around. And so can we give it up for Chris coming up from SwyftOps?
All right, thanks, Nick. We are so excited to be here. I am the COO of SwyftOps. I also am one of the ownership partners. But I like to come to these events because it keeps my ear to the ground. I hear a lot of things from everybody about what's needed in software. And when I say software, I'm talking about your scheduling, your client caregiver records, your compliancy documentation, e-forms, payroll billing, reporting, all of that, right? So you all have some software that you're utilizing, I hope. If you're not, we can talk. But one thing I really like is Nick's a pretty genuine guy, right? I'm very particular as well as to who SwyftOps partners with. And Steve Weiss and Nick, I feel, are genuinely invested in what you want to do and helping you grow. They're not about the almighty dollar, right? They really want to get you there, and they take a personal interest, and I like that because that's how I began with SwyftOps. I was the first employee helping it launch from zero. 5 years later, we're doing tremendous, and we're helping more people, and we're getting recognized a little more. So when I heard Nick was having an event, my exact quote to him was, whatever you need, we'll be there, right? I want to be there, and if he selects us to be there, great, and we're honored to be here to help because I know what he's sharing with you is going to be valuable. And I did only know him watching, his video marketing. Was like, well, who's this Nick guy? He's all over the place here. And then finally I met him, and I was like, oh, he's a pretty good dude, right? And that's a good feeling to have a partner like that. So with software, you don't have to use SwyftOps if you want to ask us questions. Okay, so we're out there. If you want to come and say, hey, my software does X, Y, Z, or what's different between yours and mine, or what's your answer for this, or what's the norm that you see in the industry for how people handle this type of process, we will share that with you. It doesn't have to be SwyftOps driven. I'm familiar with most of the softwares that are out there you're utilizing, and I can give you comparisons. I also can give you some insight as to what is coming or what is out there that maybe your software hasn't grabbed onto, because I think there's probably 5 to 8 softwares that are out there you're probably all using that are very solid companies, right? And you're only using 30-35% of what's in there. That's normal, right? You just want to make sure you can grow into it, and those are the questions you're going to ask. You should be able to do demonstrations with no obligation. You should be able to grab pricing and figure these things out. And I do a couple of presentations that are out there. I think I've done a couple. I did one with Nick about migrating softwares and making the decision of a software. What do you ask on a demo? Very high level, nothing about come to SwyftOps. My value is trying to get you to be more aware about how the software can grow your agency. So many people don't see that aspect. They just see it as a tool I have to pay for and get annoyed that they have to pay for it every month because they don't see the value, right? And I get it. You're using 30% of it. Why is it costing me so much? There's probably a lot of things inside of that software that can automate, that can connect, that you can change processes because you're hiring people that have a behavior built in of how they did it in the past, right? Or you're teaching them your manual processes that you're trying to do all these workarounds in the systems that don't need to be there. So many people we meet like that. So with SwyftOps, you have a partner, right? Whether it's using us, whether it's talking to us out there and just getting some insight to make decisions about how you'll communicate to your software, I love it. The best thing that I was told by another vendor that's a competitor of mine was he watched a presentation I gave, and he said, I don't really like everything you told them to ask us. And I was like, well, then I did my job, right? Because I'm not afraid to answer anything, and if we don't have it, I'll tell you. But overall, we just want you to enjoy it, have a good time. We're sponsoring the event tomorrow night. Just soak in the information, and we're out there. Myself and Natasha, my vice president, she's fantastic. We'd love to talk to you. we've got some things you can take home with you as well, and we appreciate Nick for letting us be here. So thank you very much.